Hey, what's up there, YouTube land? It's Grumpy Gamer Dad here. Man, just back from a trip to Southern California and Hollywood, LA, Anaheim, Disneyland, right? Put it in terms everybody understands. Disneyland. And man, we spent a lot of time down there, a lot of time with pins. So many pins to go over, so many pins to talk about. It's going to be like 3, maybe even 4 or more videos just on pins. We did a special release Friday morning, May 4th, at the Disney Studio Store in Hollywood. Sadly, we did not get the pin set that we were after, the Curse of Cuties. There'll be a whole video on that whole process later. But I'm just going to review some of the ones we got. Some are limited editions. Some are just rack pins, as we call them, commons. But we'll take a look. So first up, my friend was there last week, the week before the 27th, for the Avengers premiere there at the El Capitan Theater next to the Disney Studio Store in Hollywood. And they had a release the 27th. He got good numbers. We did not. And so he did a pickup for me. Sadly, I wasn't able to return the favor, but he scored the whole set from Avengers Infinity War. The first one is the Thanos marquee. You can see the El Capitan here. Thanos with the gauntlet. Avengers Infinity War, limited edition. I believe this was an LE 500. And then he got the whole set for me. Here we got the Infinity Gauntlet. Look how shiny that is. It's so shiny. The Infinity Gauntlet one, I believe this was an LE 400. I think they're all LE 400s from then on. Captain America's shield. The War Machine crest, which I went there Thursday on my way into LA area. And War Machine's crest and this one, Vision's little, that's supposed to represent Vision. Yeah, we're still there. A week later, they're LE like 400s and they're still there. So I was able to score some for traders later down the road. And then little Spider-Man, shiny. Very nice pins, very big and heavy. So I got lucky and he did a pickup for me. And those are super cool pins. I got the whole set. Except there is a surprise release and he got a low enough number to get himself one, but not a second one, which is totally cool. Surprise releases are always LE like 150. So usually I go like, you know, common to rarest or whatever. This time I'm kind of going in backwards order. I'll get the more common ones at the end. So on our way down Thursday night, we picked up what's called a Pin Trader Delight. I got this little hippo pin, right? It's from, I guess, Doc McStuffins. I didn't know who that character is with the little sundae. So Pin Trader Delights. You go in there and you buy basically the pin, and then they give you a sundae, an ice cream sundae also. So it's a kind of good deal. That's why all the pins you'll see have sundaes with them. So that Doc McStuffins was from the week previous, the 27th release. They only produce new Pin Trader Delights. They only typically release them when there's a big release. Sometimes they'll do a surprise PTD, Pin Trader Delight release. And they will sell out until they'll sell them until they're sold out. So I ended up getting 3 of those things. One, my wife and I each got one. You can only get 1 pin per person. If there was a set of 3, you can only get 2 pins max. So somehow you have to do the math and combine to get a set. They won't flip until they're all sold out. So the phase that they released last week had Baby Moana and the Doc McStuffins and one other, and all 3 of those pins had to sell out before they would produce new pins. So at the event, this is kind of a long thing, but at the event we're hoping, okay, we didn't get good numbers to buy the Curse of Cuties we wanted, but we can at least hope that the PTDs flip, and they did. So my wife had a 327, and I went and got another one of those little purple hippo things, so we have like traders, and then it flipped, and I had like 854, and so when it was my turn, I was able to go in and buy PTDs, so I got Victor from Frankenweenie, and again, he's all gothic holding ice cream, and the coolest one, this one sold out fastest, is Hank from Finding Dory. He was the first one to sell out. The other one was Jake from the Rescuers. He sold out yesterday morning because we went back last night and all I had left was Victor, so we got some more Victors. So some pins there at the DSF or DSSH sell out quickly and some don't. I got this from The Last Jedi, so that came out in December and it's still available. That's kind of cool. It's heavy as hell, and you got the Rebel symbol and the First Order symbol. I didn't open that one up. I don't know what the LE value is, but typically these were all LE 300, 400. And then I got one more from that release that was still there. Again, you can keep buying them until they're gone. And so you can get the LEs that people were lining up for hours and hours, a couple weeks later, months later. So these next ones, these are what we call rack pins. They're not limited edition, they're open edition. And so I'll go through these pretty quickly, but these all came from the studio store and they're kind of cool because you have to go, there's only one studio store there in all of California. I think there might be one in Florida, I'm not sure. I don't think that they have the equivalent. Anyway, so it's pretty cool. You gotta go to Hollywood to get these, and it's scary in Hollywood. So we got Tigger. We got Russell from Up. Princess Vanellope holding some popcorn. She's from Wreck-It Ralph. We got a little Ariel action there. And of course, Ursula. And you can tell these have blue backgrounds, blue cards, as opposed to the white cards that are the limited edition. Each one's kind of cool. And they always have food with them. So you got, Alice there with some cake. Well, not always, I guess, with food, because you got Stitch as a director. Hollywood, why not, right? My wife picked up this one, Mickey and Minnie, and that's the El Capitan marquee there. Yeah, I strike what I said about they always have food related, because Rapunzel, no food, but she's super cool, and everybody loves Rapunzel. She's a really hot collectible pin. Lotso from Toy Story 3. And then you got Eeyore, and he spilled his popcorn. He's all depressed. He needs like a, chill pill or whatever. And finally, we got also from Wreck-It Ralph, we got King Candy there. So those were our rack pins that we got. We got 10 of them. Crap load of pins there at the Disney Studio store. And we made actually 3 trips over the 3 days. So yeah, there's a couple more that we picked up that my wife has already put in one of our books. We have a book for our collection, a book for traders, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm not going to go through all those, but the Avengers set was really cool, and I'm really happy my friend was able to get that for me. So there'll be more pins later. Until next time, this is Grumpy Gamer Dad saying stick around for more pins.